It is time for another episode of In the Blender. I'm joined by my co-host Disciples. How you doing, Brody?
I am living good, dude. It has been a fucking phenomenal week, and you might be wondering, what's up with the skiing glasses? What's up with the cowboy hat?
Well, I'm wondering.
And you want to know the answer? Our boys have been icy with another 5-0 qualifiers, and that is the reason I have come equipped with the jacket, the goggles, and I'm ready to go snowboarding in the middle of summer. My boy Fallen.
That's typical.
That is typical. How do you feel about the 5-0? I know that you're feeling the same way I am.
I'm happy. Let's see if they can actually close it out this time. I hope they do.
I have no doubt. And you want to know
is
why?
That 5-0 3 straight qualies?
That's 5-0 3 straight qualifiers. The most consistent we've seen them since Advanced Warfare. It is by far, as long as if they win champs, oh, you're going to hate that talk because I'm going to say it's the second best team since the Dynasty, and that's a guarantee if they win champs, baby. That's a guarantee.
That would be a reasonable argument.
And it's not that I don't love Matthew. It's not that I don't love Nate Shot, is who I mean by Matthew, not Matthew Piper Formal. It's not that I don't think that he deserves. It's not that I don't want to give him the credit of being the second best, but this team is just so undeniable. It's so hard to say that they're not the actual guaranteed goats if they win this chance.
They are final boss right now.
Whatever happens, Major 5, I digress. I'm just happy that we've won 15-0 in qualifiers this past 3. Ghosty's starting to make a little bit of a talk, but I'll save that for a talking point here in a couple of minutes. Let me take off my glasses and you get into a point of your own. Get back into disciples.
As we talk about qualifiers, let's talk about them.
Right. Let's talk about
Vegas. No, not FaZe. Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Vegas is doing. Hey, let's talk about it. Go ahead.
As long as they don't come out and have another Major 4 where they just choke.
They choke. Essentially, yes.
They might make that one. Rockers playing like shit. They're getting dog walked by everybody except they dog walk Thieves, which is
hopefully a fluke.
Hopefully a fluke.
We will see during this LAN if it was truly a fluke, because Thieves is a LAN team, no doubt. But go ahead.
Vegas, they beat FaZe, I believe. They beat FaZe. They are 3-2 in qualies.
Same as FaZe. FaZe is 3-2 as well, so they're up there. My top 3 going in right now, based off of what we're talking about at this moment, is easily Optic, Toronto, and FaZe. I do think that New York and or Vegas could sneak their way up in the top 3. I think that they have a hard fight in order to do so, but I do think it's possible. They're definitely my top 5 would be New York and Vegas at the moment. And Vegas, we gotta admit, that's typical for them to hit this point in the year where they're actually becoming candidates. And there's always one team to do it at the end of the year, and I'm happy it's Vegas this year.
Top 5 for sure. I think they might make the run.
You think that they might win Major 5?
No.
Oh, what's the run for 3? Top 3?
Top 3 for sure.
I could see that. You want to know why?
I think they might get sent to losers, either early or halfway.
Yep.
But then they're gonna make that losers run. They're gonna be that team running through losers that when they lose, they're like, you're playing the hot Vegas, but I feel like they're gonna get drained out.
I agree. I think because they always put themselves in situations where they have rough, long days of playing Call of Duty. But that brings me on to my next point and why I think that they might be able to make the run, because we have had a very awful qualifying for 100 Thieves, the previous major champions. Now, do you think that this is a fluke? Because the only team that they beat was the London Royal Ravens, which was, let's just admit it. That's kind of like, if you don't beat them, you're in a very rough spot in Call of Duty right now. But it's been a very lackluster 1-4 qualifiers. How does that make us feel? What is your thoughts on that?
I'm excited because at the end of the day, it's LAN.
Yes.
They always show up on LAN.
Always.
Mostly. They did get sent home.
And they're top 3 on LAN almost
always. I think they got sent home by London in Major 3.
Okay.
Early, top 8
I don't remember
so.
that in Major 3.
Yeah, they got sent home top 3. I just remember they shot raging about it.
Oh, gotcha. But they had upsets happen, and it's not that I think that this is a huge telltale sign.
They're showing up. They're going to be there.
They're going to be there. I completely agree. I don't think that this is a huge telltale sign that 100 Thieves is going to be or anything like that. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Sound EQ is definitely a thing of why they're losing. Whenever that shit's off, they're beating everyone but FaZe. Optic even, they're beating pretty consistently. consistently. FaZe, they're not as consistent. And it's a weird triad we have going on, but I digress. I want to know what's a talking point that you have brought to the table that I need to shut down.
Who I think could win Major 5?
Who do you think is going to win Major 5?
I think it's going to surprise me. I think they're coming in kind of hot too. New York. Paco.
You think Paco gonna win?
Paco gonna win. You gonna get number 2. You gonna get number 2.
Listen,
you gonna get number 2.
I do think that Paco might, in terms of raw talent, like a Shotzi situation, he might be in the top 3 best players in the league. No doubt. That's actually my honest to God. That team, when they're in. They're very 100 Thieves prior to winning back-to-backs last year. When they were winning, it was a blowout. They were winning 100 point club, 150, 3-1 controls, etc., 6-2 surges. But when they're losing, it's the complete opposite. It's like they either are locked in together. So clearly, the strategy-wise, something's not working. They're not final by any means. Now, when we get to land, do they have the chance to win? Possibly. I'm curious on what you think, on why you think that they're going to be.
I just think Kismet, Caesar, Paco's Paco, you know what I'm saying? But I think Kismet and Caesar are just, they're looking pretty final right now, you know what I mean? They're getting into the end of the game.
Kismet's crazy.
Kismet's nasty.
And Caesar's been having an insane amount of 3 pieces to clutch up rounds lately. Like I'm seeing this consistently on controls where he is the one who's doing those microseconds.
I feel like they showed that form real early on in the year. Stumbled a little bit. Everybody else kind of got ahead, but it's the long haul. But
they've stayed in that 4 or 5 spot the entire year.
It's the long haul, and I think they're going to come out Major 5 and
so
possibly upset somebody.
Do you think this is going on to my next point? Because if they don't upset people out of contention, because I think, is this Paco's 2nd year? Last year was with, it was just his 3rd. I don't know if he did 2019.
I don't know if he played.
Or he played, he did, okay, so Vanguard may have been his 1st year. Regardless, I think that if Optic ends up winning Major 5 or honestly, this is my honest opinion. If they win only champs this year, I think Ghosty deserves Rookie of the Year. That's my honest to God opinion. But if they win Major 5 and champs, it's undisputed. There is no conversation about Scrappy.
Correct.
You think Scrappy deserves it over Ghosty if Ghosty continues to win champs and a major when Scrappy has 100%. won 1 major? What for?
Scrappy's been doing it all year, putting up the numbers all year.
Ghosty, but he's been doing it. So there's no way you fucking believe the words that just came out of your mouth. Not that was false. He has been doing it all year and has been. You know damn well Ghosty hasn't been able to play for the first 3 majors. First 2 majors. He came in on 3 and 4. Second place back. Placed better than Scrappy on the second one. Placed behind Scrappy on the first one. Which is the only one I believe Scrappy is going to win all year. If Optic ends up beating potentially Toronto in a finals, how are we not going to consider Ghosty being?
You also got to remember where they're playing. You also have to remember where they're playing this.
Exactly. Toronto, yes. Okay. Do you think that any of those 4 people actually are going to feel any type of love from the Toronto?
Yeah.
So this is.
Hold up.
Illy.
Go ahead. Look at the Optic. They played the finals. It was actually small. Obviously, us as Optic fans, we know it's the biggest. There was a small little crowd, and I was in their home. Now you're back in Canada and Toronto. It's going to be purpled out.
So it's going to be purple. That's not exactly what I meant by support. I totally hear that. But there's a factor of it. You're still going to be hearing the green wall behind them. You're not going to have that 100%. Overwhelming sensation of which we're not. I'm talking.
But this isn't even about Toronto. This is about Scrappy.
This is about Ghosty.
Scrappy's him.
But so there's.
I hate the kid. I hate the kid, but he's him.
Is he a better fragger? Yes. Is he more consistent? I would argue no. I would argue the exact opposite. Wait, you're talking about him specifically. I'm talking about what he brings to the team. Ghosty has changed the dynamic of Optic from losing to fucking winning and nothing but winning. And that was Ghosty and Ghosty alone.
When have they won?
And Hook. What do you mean? I'm talking. Okay, you're talking chips because he hasn't won that one chip. They've gotten back-to-back second places, and
I know, but I'm just saying it's winning mentality. You said it's winning mentality.
Since Ghosty has joined, they've been the final boss. They've been the team to beat, and there is no arguing that.
And they just still keep getting beat.
Scrappy even says that they're final.
Yeah,
Scrappy, you're MVP. If Ghosty ends up winning, he changed the dynamic of Optic fucking gaming.
Is Ghosty getting that major MVP? Is he getting that major MVP?
No.
Hell.
Now, Dashy.
So Scrappy's got a major chip and major MVP.
That doesn't bother me, though, because guess what? Scrappy may be able to get that MVP and win, right? Ghosty is the reason that Shotzi and or Bruce will be getting their MVP. Half the plays that they make that are MVP caliber plays, guess who the fuck sets them up? And you know what? I'm tired of this argument because there is a point guard in every single game. And I would argue that Ghosty is making an argument for being one of the best point guards in Optic gaming history. One of the best.
Oh, so now we're talking about John fucking Stockton.
He's John Stockton. Yeah.
All right. Where's John Stockton on the all-time list? Exactly. He ain't no rookie of the year. He ain't no rookie of the year.
Okay, so
he ain't no rookie of the year.
So I'm gonna give him Luka.
What?
I'm gonna give him Luka.
He ain't putting up triple doubles.
Did Luka win?
No.
Did Luka win?
Rookie of the year?
Did he change the entire? Did he change
Rookie of the year? Yeah, he won Rookie of the year.
I meant chip. Okay.
Hey, we're comparing 5 major.
My point is this.
We're comparing 6 major ships to one.
My point is this.
One championship in a year.
Scrappy. You can have a Luka. Changes the dynamic of a franchise forever. 2 different type of
Who was in the playoffs and who wasn't in the playoffs this year? The Hawks were in the playoffs with Trae Young. Luka Doncic was not in the playoffs. So who changed?
And who's gonna be remembered by the history books in 30 years? Rip. Assuming that Trae Young doesn't go on absolutely.
I don't know. Trae Young's on his Curry shit.
He could be going
just like Scrappy's.
He has a chance to go on a historical run, but that's Scrappy's not on his Curry shit. Scrappy is not undeniable. He's not undeniable. He's not a 30-point every single game. And that's my point. Go to the next fucking topic before we start throwing hands. He's not fucking undeniable. Ghosty changed the dynamic of the best org in history. Changed the dynamic forever. That was him. Scrappy, you know what Scrappy did? Went to a relatively successful fucking winning team already. Toronto did good 2 years ago. Toronto did good last year.
Look how many Memphis was on that Toronto. We're talking. This is a completely different. Optic was good 2 years. You can't use that argument.
Dynamic, though. The org has already been a top 3 org.
They got look. They had Standy B. He gets Standy off that.
He's a piece of shit. No wonder him.
He gets that shit. He gets that shit staying off there. Not I'm playing all those things actually, but he gets him off there. He changes the dynamic of the team. They go win a major. I'm just saying, like he's him. He's the youngest one.
So your heart of heart, you say if Ghosty wins. So I said champs only. You're saying if he wins champs and Major 5, he doesn't get Rookie of the Year? When the team was bottom 8? Bottom 8 the major before him? Bottom 6, they didn't make.
They got top 4.
Okay,
with Ellie Hoop. That's a top. They went from 4 to second. They went from 4 to second.
They stayed second, and they've won every.
I agree with you.
Final. They went from not final to final. They went from
they're sub-final. They haven't got that ship. They're sub-final.
You are speaking.
I'm speaking nothing but facts.
You are speaking blasphemy, and you know it. And at this point, this shit's just for views because I don't fucking believe the words coming out of your goddamn mouth. Scrappy's
I'm speaking nothing but facts.
He can aim, he can hold angles, but he doesn't change the dynamic of that team. And if they got another player, they got another player who can drop 32 with an AR, like 8 other ARs in the fucking league, they'd be doing the same shit, dude. He's not he is his fragger, and he's not a dynamic player.
Was arguing. I think we said every point.
All right. You said what?
Well, I think fuck you. Scrappy's better.
Scrappy's not better.
He can suck Ghosty's dick.
I'm going to continue to.
Or Ghosty can suck his dick.
Ghosty can suck my dick.
All
My
right.
fault.
And we're gonna go ahead and end it right
Let's
there.
end it right here.
Yeah,
This has been In the Blender, episode 5. I am your host, Disciples, with my co-host, Fallen.
yes, sir.
You guys know the deal. Tune in every single Wednesday, 12 p.m.
You can hear
Podcast
some
Mondays,
stupid points by this guy. You know what I'm saying?
or every single Friday. I said Wednesday. You guys
See,
know what
he
the
don't
fuck
even
it
know
is.
what he's
I know
talking